Hello, my name is Kevin McGuire, and today I'll be talking about PepsiCo in a case study analysis for strategic management at the University of Memphis. We'll begin by taking a look at PepsiCo's corporate strategy. PepsiCo's corporate strategy is a related diversification strategy. A diversification strategy works well for PepsiCo, whose history began as a soft drink maker, which is now an industry that has matured and is facing a decline in profits due to changing consumer trends that favor healthier beverages. Even with diminishing growth opportunities in the soft drink market, PepsiCo is well placed to continue to grow due to their investment in a diversified portfolio of operating segments in their aggressive acquisition strategy. PepsiCo has shown historically that they diversify in unrelated businesses outside of their snack and beverage industry. At one point, they owned fast food restaurants such as Taco Bell and KFC. More recently, however, they've come to realize that operating restaurants were not a good strategic fit and removed them from their portfolio. This brings up an important point about PepsiCo's diversification strategy, which is that they're focused on constructing a portfolio that reflects their core business, snacks and beverages. As they have experimented over time, PepsiCo's management firmly believes that they should diversify only in related businesses. By focusing on their core business and the interrelated nature of their operating segments, they can now achieve significant strategic fit benefits. Some examples of these benefits include transfers of technological know-how and cost sharing over the related value chain activities, which we'll take a more in-depth look into soon. The result of PepsiCo's corporate strategy was that PepsiCo now had diversified its product blend to include sweet and salty snacks, soft drinks, orange juice, bottled water, ready-to-drink coffee and teas, sports drinks, hot or ready-to-eat cereals, grain-based products, and breakfast condiments. At PepsiCo, there are 6 business segments that have their own business strategies, each which conform to the overall related diversification strategy. Each of these segments are split geographically. Each segment employed business strategies that were focused on product innovation. They were focused on developing better-for-you and good-for-you snacks to appeal to recent consumer tastes. This was especially prominent in the North American brands of Frito-Lay, Quaker Foods, and PepsiCo Americas Beverages, where products such as baked potato chips, oatmeal, and ready-to-drink tea or energy drinks were introduced. For the international segments, management believed that the best opportunities for growth would arise from international expansion. They achieved this with an aggressive acquisition strategy, where they would buy companies and be ready to operate due to an established brand name and close supplier relationships. I believe PepsiCo's current portfolio of business segments exhibit a great strategic fit. Although some of their products may seem unrelated, such as the difference between breakfast foods like oatmeal and their soft drinks, the businesses themselves are closely related in terms of their key value chain activities and specialized resources and capabilities related to those activities. Because of these closely related key value chain activities, the portfolio of business segments provide for competitively valuable opportunities for resource sharing or transfer, made possible by leveraging these specialized resources and capabilities. There are several examples of strategic fits between segments. For example, they have a significant strategic fit in supply chain activities. PepsiCo's specialized capabilities in procurement are relevant to every business segment, and they can achieve economies of scale by doing these at a global level. In addition, best practices were routinely transferred between its warehouses, distribution routes, and their manufacturing plants. They also have a strategic fit in manufacturing activities. They had specialized capabilities in manufacturing, which they would also transfer knowledge, technological know-how, and best practices to plants all around the world. Another strategic fit was for R&D activities. Market information was shared through the divisions to help each division develop new products tailored to the tastes of local consumers. And lastly, they had a distribution-related strategic fit. Due to PepsiCo's Power of One strategy, they can create cost savings by leveraging their relationships with familiar wholesale or retail dealers and have them take on PepsiCo's newer products, thus achieving quick market penetration for a new product. All of these strategic fits come together and let the company achieve economies of scope, where they can share or transfer resources between the segments at a lower cost, and this is a huge competitive advantage. Next, we'll take a look at some basic financial analysis to determine the outlook of PepsiCo's future. To find which business segments are strongest contributors to profit, we'll take a look at PepsiCo's operating profit margin for the years between 2011 and 2013. We can see here a few important trends. For the North American segments, namely Frito-Lay North America, Quaker Foods North America, and PepsiCo Americas Beverages, their operating profit margins have stayed nearly the same, or in the case of Quaker Foods, decreased significantly. These operating profit margins are indicative of an unfavorable trend of the North American snack and beverage market, where the market is mature and saturated with competitors such as Kellogg's, Coca-Cola, and Dr. Pepper Snapple Group. On the other hand, we see the potential for growth internationally, with the operating profit margin increasing rapidly in Asia, Middle East, and Africa between 2012 and 2013. The performance in Latin America and Europe is disappointing, since management has indicated that they expect China, Brazil, the UK, Mexico, and Russia to be the top 5 largest international markets in the future. Clearly, much more has to be done in those areas. Next, we'll take a look at how each segment's operating profit contributed to the entire company's operating profit margin. Immediately, we see that despite declining profitability, PepsiCo Americas Beverages and Frito-Lay North America together make up over 60% of all operating profit in the 3-year period. In essence, the forecast for the mature North American snack and beverage market is unfavorable, but PepsiCo is still heavily reliant on those segments to fuel company net profits. Thus, PepsiCo needs to act with more intent to grow their operating profits in international markets. Taking into account all of that information, I do have some recommendations for corporate level management to take to sustain and improve PepsiCo's financial and market performance. Corporate management should continue its aggressive expansion policy, but reconsider how it creates shareholder value. Currently, declining or stagnant operating profit margin percentages, especially in Quaker Foods, show that PepsiCo's financial and market performance in North America are generally unfavorable. Even in mature industries such as the soft drink industry, PepsiCo is facing declining profitability, but due to how much is still contributing to overall profit, I wouldn't recommend divesting these large business segments that command large market shares in North America. Instead, I would recommend altering their corporate strategy to focus more on international expansion, where the operating profit margins contributing to total operating profit are currently much smaller than the North American segments. PepsiCo management does believe that international markets offer the company the greatest opportunity for growth due to international markets' lower per capita consumption of snacks relative to North America. However, in a period with consecutive years of stagnant profits, the $15 billion share buyback program is the wrong way to go about creating shareholder value. Instead of increasing the share price artificially by reducing the amount of shares outstanding, PepsiCo should instead focus on creating shareholder value through increasing the company's profitability. They can improve this by prioritizing cash set aside for a share buyback program and allocating it for international acquisitions. That concludes this presentation. Thank you for listening.